Alrighty then, mic check, mic check. We are coming online. Hopefully we see the stream here in just a moment. Yeah, I see it coming up there. Let me pop the chat box window over. Welcome to the playground. If you guys have not been with us before, my name is Vinny Emini, and I like to do trading. Welcome aboard, and it is open mic night, so special night here tonight. If you are out in the live chat, if you would like to come on and ask me questions directly, to have a chat, come on the microphone with us and talk about whatever. Open mic night here to you. We'll get things started here in just a moment. I am trying to get a few of the technical difficulties out of the way here. Mic check for those of you guys out in YouTube land. Hopefully you guys can hear me all right. If there is any issue there, please speak up now, and we'll try to get that taken care of. If you've not done so already, make sure you're following us over here on our social media. Here on Instagram is where the majority of the fun is, and of course, if you want to learn how we earn, right here inside of our Discord, and we will link you to all of the training that we do around here. And let's come on down here into the training window. So here we are, open mic night here this evening, and let's start out with a few of the announcements. So ALGOBOXpro.com is coming online here. Tomorrow is February the 1st, and this has been a long time coming. We were trying to get this launched on December the 1st. Then we had delays. Of course, right before that, we just had the baby and things, and Thanksgivings and Christmas and all that kind of stuff going on. Got pushed back to trying into the January area, but you guys know how that goes with the new year and all that. So we're like, all right, February 1st, we've been targeting this. So tomorrow, folks, huge, gonna be awesome. Here is the new website. If you've not been there already, it's gonna be cool. I think you guys are gonna like it. Our educational content stuff still kind of organized the way that it was in the past, with the 6 library sets there, 30 videos. If you guys are coming to learn what we do here, you can head on over there. But I do want to announce again, this is coming out tomorrow. If you have not gotten involved with this, if you have been on the fence, I'm telling you, you are going to want to get involved with our gold on the old website. And let me address that real quick while we're here, since the new website is coming on board. If you were on the old VinnyEmini.com website, this is the old one right here. There is the final offer is still here until tomorrow, and then it is done. And once that goes, it's not a pressure scenario, but I'm just letting you know that the 3 robots, there are 3 that are included right now for the people who are in the old website. If you came through when I told you guys a long time ago, if you were here when I was small, I will remember you when we are big. And folks, we have been approaching some pretty big numbers. There's not a lot of places that don't know about us anymore. You know, we have been out there for, what are we coming into our 6th year, Curtis? We started in 2016, so yeah, we're coming into our 6th year
quite
now.
A while, yeah.
Yeah, and man, it's super exciting. But I'm gonna hook you guys up with 3 of the platinum robots. For those of you guys who are in gold from the old website, and then those are going away. Those will be only for platinum members. So that is a bot pack that I'm including as a special little gift from us. And of course, we'll be talking about some of the training for that as we go into the new year. And that's going to be on the new website, so it will not be on the old website, but those are going to be included. That is going to be the headshot. That is going to be the fully automated. Sorry, these are talking not just a strategy. Okay, everybody just know, well, I've heard the headshot thing. No, we're talking about fully automated headshot entries. We are talking about fully automated 2-finger salute, if you guys know that strategy, and of course the lunch bot that has kind of not forever always been involved and included with gold, but that's been there a while. It's the oldie goldie right there that runs there during lunch hour. These 2 additional kind of more complex robots that have features you'll need to update and optimize, and you'll get to learn all that optimization process that we go through, all that kind of good stuff as we go along. So hopefully you guys are interested in hooking that up. And it's, what are we at? We got 4 hours left, and I will be launching that new website. So we are going to keep this a little bit briefer tonight. I do want to open up the mic, and again, I will go as long as we need to for you guys to get your questions answered. But I do kind of have a quick agenda here tonight to get through this, because we are going to be working on the website and getting that software over there and released to you guys this week. So new pack to install. So if you guys have been hanging out with us and ready for that new pack, yes, you'll get the installation updates. There are huge performance increases coming in this next update and release. Curtis and I really kind of slammed our heads together on some of the stuff, digging into like where are the pain points on the performance, and it's awesome. NinjaTrader 8 has given us a new feature set for those of us who are in development, and we're able to look into the actual analytics and the stats as we are coding, which is really cool. Curtis, can you talk to us about what's the name of this that new feature, and talk about, don't be specific about what we've changed, but talk to us about percentages that you saw gained as we were kind of running through that. What are our percent gains on that?
Overall, at the current moment, it's about 30% reduction in utilization.
That is beautimous. Think about that. So if you guys are struggling maybe on a i7, look, a third, that is a huge difference, folks. If you look at the jumps in those, we haven't, tested specifically on any i5s. I mean, Curtis, you don't have an i5 laying around, do you? Probably
no.
not, right? we're a little bit far past that. So we will have some folks maybe volunteer if you guys would like to volunteer, like, oh, hey, I got an i5, and we'll do some performance analysis around your system specifically. But we didn't test it on those, but just, even on our high-end machines, that's huge. Yeah, task measure, you know what I'm saying. 30%, it's huge gains in particular areas. We really dug into some of our most intensive calculation processes. We've even improved on some of the ones internal to NinjaTrader, because NinjaTrader wouldn't do their job, so Curtis and I put our heads together and we're gonna do their jobs too. So, and hopefully soon we may get it to a point, no promises on this, but we may even get it to a point where you will not need to have NinjaTrader Lifetime in order to use the system during your 2-week free trial, or if you're in a test bed scenario and you're not going live with it, where you can still be able to use the Flowmaster Delta system without having the lifetime access of NinjaTrader. So that is going to be cool as well. When are you going to do some giveaways? We can do a giveaway anytime, my friend. Let me know what you have in mind. If you would like me to give something away. I mean, I give stuff away all the time, so giveaways are kind of I don't know, what is that, like an open-ended thing? I see a need, I meet a need. But yeah, that's an interesting thought there. You have an idea of what you want me to give away? I mean, I guess we could. What's our next holiday coming up? Usually for Father's Day, I give away 40-inch 4K monitors. So yeah, that's kind of cool. But what I'm telling you, what we're giving away right now is even better, because we're getting the 3 robots included on the old gold pack. So you might want to jump in on that. So let's go into, so we got kind of some of that housekeeping out of the way. This is still valid through tonight midnight, so you got about 4 hours to get that final offer there, $49.97 lifetime. If you do this later, we'll still have lifetime option, but there will be an additional $14.99 per year for your access to maintain your live membership with us. A lot of other places do that, whether you're with Jigsaw or other places. So you'll have the gold member access here. It will not include the 3 robots, plus you will have a yearly membership to maintain your access to the room of $14.99. Now again, this does not apply to the people who bought it on the old website, but I'm saying on the new website, that's why you will want to be over here on the old one. And of course, as we head into the new section, once we hit those 500 seats, we have to put on protections for NASDAQ, RTY, and supposed to be a T in there, and the YM. Okay, these 3 instruments, they must be protected. So once we hit the 500 seat limit on that, our code will literally cut people off during trading for trading these 3 instruments. So you will want to maintain, there's a whole lot of things we'll talk about as we get into this year, but if you are in with us on the old website, you should be good. It just depends. You will, if you did receive a discount offer from us, and as long as you are keeping up with your obligations, this should not be a problem, because you will get bumped. There will be a bumping process for once we have reached that 500 capacity. Bumps will be based on whether you're keeping up with your comments and things like that if you're on a discounted offer with us. So just taking care of some of that housekeeping stuff we've got to talk about as we go into the new website. There are changes there. There will be a mobile app that will come along with this. Not right now, but around summertime this year, the mobile app will come along as well. Let's see what questions there. Very elaborate setup, looks good. Appreciate that. Yeah, thanks guys. Okay, so let's talk about a few other things. I just want to go through the room here real quick. If you guys have not, we get a bunch of spam accounts. Man, I'm telling you, we get attacked in so many ways. And I'm bringing this up because somebody had put in a review for us here tonight. I want to go through that review and take some of the positive and negative feedback from you guys and have a realistic view of what you're looking at when you come into our room. But let's start over here with some of the results here from this week. Remember, this is this is a pretty big week, right? What's going on right now? Those of you guys on the phone with us, like what's going on? What's making the volatility kick right now with our numbers? Anybody got a thought on that? What's happening right now? What's the macro?
Earnings.
What was it?
Earnings.
Earnings. Yes, the earnings season right now. And if you guys are not tracking earnings, make sure that you get yourself one of these calendars from Econo Day. If you guys have not gotten your Econo Day calendar, and we don't get any kickbacks for that. We're not selling it ourselves, but go check out Econo Day. Is it econoday.com? That was a different.
I think so.
Is it Econo Day? Okay, cool. So Econo Day, I think we have that link in the tips and tricks section if you guys want to go and order one of those for yourself to check out that calendar. Having a physical calendar I think is good for big macro events such as the earnings seasons, like circling whole sections that are like, this is big money. Like you can literally make so much money during an earnings season, you can basically take the rest of the year off if you wanted to, and if you're pushing it. So, and if you think I'm being facetious or exaggerating on that, well, let's take a look at some of the results here from our members. Folks, that is not my P&L. That's not me. This is one of our members. That is 180,000 for the month. And is that like a, oh, is that a YOLO play? Is that a, oh, I got some big trade, I hit some big one? Well, right here, kind of. Okay, there's a big day right in there. But the rest of that, that is a pretty darn smooth equity curve there for that. And of course, you can check out, oops, just press the wrong button. As far as all the numbers go, you guys can go check out some of those. And let's go through some more. Here's one for as a single day, $6,000 on a single day. Profit factor 2.19, 76% profitable. I'm one of those guys who like, people talk a lot, right? But I'm a put up or shut up kind of guy. I'm like, let's talk about results. All right, you guys want to see results? Your guy could talk all day. ICT, chat. He can fake his stuff all day long. What you can't do is do what we do right here. This is a $20,000 day. This one. Pip Thing. Oh, he's always been a big player. So Pip Thing's one of our big guys. He actually came from ICT. He left him a couple years ago. He was one of our first that came from Twitter. ICT, left ICT, blowing all of his accounts on ICT. Comes over here. Look at this guy, 73% profitable, 3.22, $20,000 on a day there. Not a bad one. Now remember, I'm telling you, like right now, the earnings season, we've got volatility up, VIX up, ticks up. There's big opportunities, but our system capitalizes on it. If you're still like, oh yeah, I'm doing okay with myself, folks, if you are not blowing it out of the water right now while the VIX is up like it is, you do not have a good system. I'm just telling you right now, you don't. 5,440. Profit factor 11 times the size of his losers. I mean, this wasn't even, wow, 90% profit. Again, just, I don't know, y'all come and argue with those stats, folks. I'm gonna scroll up, here's some more. Lost code, how do you do here today? Let's see, we've got 1,700. Not too bad, a little higher on the max drawdown, but profit factor 1.22, 58% profitable for a $1,700 day. I don't know if anybody's gonna complain about that. We don't claim perfection, folks. We don't do perfection around here. We play a video game, we approach the markets like a video game, and we have a system that gives us confluence in the markets. And I don't know why you guys keep thinking that you're not playing a video game. Everybody out there, even if you're like, well, ALGOBOX looks like it's playing a video game, folks, you look like you're playing a video game. We'll stop there for a second. If you are trading the markets, you're playing a video game. You are sitting down at your desk, you are pressing buttons, and you're hoping that the time when you press the button is better than the guy on the other side of the world pressing the button. It is a competition. It is a global competition, and you are coming into a first-person shooter, and we are kicking your ass. $6,336, profit factor 1.93, and look at this. Percent profitable, a little bit, you might say, oh, that percent profitable, that sucks. Well, not when you're at 2. When your profit factor is 2, when you're talking about 2 times the size of your losers, and you're throwing down 6K in a day, are you complaining? No. Beautiful work. I could just continue to go on and on. If you guys want to come see some of these. Now here is one of the most, this is quite possibly one of the smoothest equity curves that I've seen in a while from one of our members. Now mind you, again, it's VIX up. We have got the volatility up. The VIX is up. We are in earnings season, and crushing it is not difficult in this market. But this, is that 130,000 for the month? Amazing work there. Look at those stats. Profit factor over the entire month of trading, 3.47. Winners, 3.47 times the size of their losers, 78.53% profitable. Do I need to go on? You guys can check them out. Look at the labeling from our members. Look at what we're doing now. Again, we're like, well, I'll tell you what. ICT members are great at labeling. It's like all they do. All they do is label to the left-hand side of the chart. Folks, this is real-time action where they actually took the trades and then laid these things out. Beautiful. Anyhow, I am so thoroughly excited for our members. You guys are absolutely crushing it. I am very proud of you. I am going to get to the Ask Vinny question section, so do not leave before we get to that. But I want to bring in some. So we're talking about the positives. Let's talk about the negatives, shall we? Because I'm an open book. I love to just face my battles right up front. It's how I am. I am upfront in your face, and some of that came out in some of my critiques on some reviews out here on Trustpilot.com. So let's come in here. We've got a review from Jeremy Stevens, and let's take a peek here at what this person said. I think everybody can benefit from this if you guys are trying to decide, because as we're about to go into this new website of ours, you want to know, like, well, is this the place you want to be or not? Well, let's look at some people who actually use our system, not the ones that are just the haters that are fakes and the frauds and the people who are getting wrecked by us on a regular basis. But let's come over here and check this out. It says, I thought it was time I wrote an accurate and truthful account of my experience with Vinny Emini and the ALGOBOX trading system. Oh, I like the sound of that. This is my personal experience. I have been a member for over a year and paid the retail price of $5,000 plus tax for his system. Now, if you guys would be gracious enough with me this evening to allow me to make some corrections of some things as this person writes this out, because there are some things I think are a little bit misconstrued in some of this, and starting here on this first one, this was kind of a red flag to me when somebody says paid the, sounds like the full retail price of $5,000 plus tax. First of all, we don't do tax. I literally absorb the tax for all of you, so I'd appreciate it. Mr. Stevens, if you're going to give an accurate thing, would you please correct this? There was no tax involved. There is a PayPal fee of 3.5% that is via PayPal. And this is not the full retail price. You got literally a 50% discount. So let's just start right there. This is a $10,000 system for retail traders. And yes, he got it for $5,000, which included a fully automated robot during lunch break. So let's just start with the corrections there. But let's go on to the next part. Firstly, I'm going to get the immediate question out of the way. Yes, you will make money with ALGOBOX. I like the sound of that. Okay. With time, dedication, and commitment to the system, ALGOBOX does work. Now, I don't like the way this sounds, because with time, dedication, and commitment to the system, ALGOBOX does work. I mean, everybody can say that about just about any system out there. How much time? I wish you would have been more specific, okay, about how much time. I wish you would have been realistic. Time. With time, dedication. Well, I do think that a dedication for 120 days is necessary, okay? But I think that I wish he would have been more specific about this. So if he's going to be honest, I'd appreciate that he'd go back and correct his statement right there. I mean, I do not think that 120 days is a very long time. It's 4 months. I think that's a long time. I mean, I don't know. That's ICT asked you to spend 1.6 years in his system, and then it's still not profitable. I just saying. Commitment to the system, ALGOBOX is working. Now, you do need to commit to my way and not your way. That is also important. Let's go to the next one. I am personally making over $1,000 trading days, most days. Now, I would just stop right here with the review. If everybody else wants to just go home and we're done. I mean, this person who, by the way, is going to give me he didn't give me a glowing review here. This is, he's basically like, it's mediocre. Which I was like, oh, let's go read what this is about. I'm like, what? A mediocre? And yet the guy's saying I'm making $1,000 a day. Okay. Vinny proves his, which by the way, this is what KC, remember earlier, Curtis, I said my guess is that this was KC coming over here just to try to get his little jabs in still. I mean, he's literally like he's the Dunning-Kruger of, he's not quite KC or, Shalom level retarded like Dunning-Kruger, but ego side. We move on, and he says Vinny proves his live numerous times his video archives. There is no debating this fact, and if you're a patient person who can wade through the bullshit, you will become profitable. That being said, this review is about my experience. Okay, so apparently you can make $1,000 a day But let's back up. He's been here with us, somewhere in here he says he's been with us for a year. Let's see. Yeah. For over a year. Okay. So over a year and the guy's making $1,000 a day. Now, mind you, I wish he would have said, like, how long did he take with that, right? Because I don't think, like, so he's been with me for less than a year and he's achieving $1,000. Because again, I really don't think this isn't an honest review. This is I've offended this person. Again, this is not a real name. Whoever this person is, like, they're too chicken to put their real name. Okay, I guarantee that's not a real name. I already looked up to see if there's a person in our system by that name. There's not a person in our system by that name. And it says they're from the UK, but there's not, the word choices in here, these are not UK people, all right? So, unfortunately, there is some fakeness about this person, but this person is just scared of me, which, you know, I'm not trying to say that I'm not a scary person. Yeah. You guys trolling me for forever have caused me to be a very scary person. That is a fact. I literally was voted the most friendly person in my entire class. And yet, here I am, this person that people fear on the internet, which it's probably for a good reason. But here we go, let's move on. Because this is actually what this whole review is actually about. This person goes on and on about how mean Vinny is. All right, so let's get to that part. Boo-hoo, I'm gonna cry. Vinny's so mean to me. If you can wade through the BS. All right, so below is a list of some findings when it comes to learning the system and having to deal with Vinny. Oh, I'm gonna get this guy a hanky. Oh, you poor little baby. 1, Vinny has a short fuse. Don't pee Vinny off. Well, that's cute. The first thing I would like to talk about is the fact that your survival on the ALGOBOX system depends on this one simple rule. Oh, what could it be? Curtis, what could this one simple rule possibly be? Vinny has numerous times removed people from his systems because they fudged him off. That's gross, bro. In fact, if you look at his video collection, there's a video entitled Success Story of Ken, aka KC, not to be confused with our awesome KC, who's our chaplain in here. Well, Ken managed to fudge off Vinny and is now banned from ALGOBOX. In fact, if you catch him in the wrong mood, even if you ask a tiny question, he will go into a rage and ban you. Now, what's interesting about that is not banned from ALGOBOX. See, he's not being specific. This is why I believe this is actually KC writing this whole thing, because I know KC. KC wanted to start his own little room and not give me any credit and all this other kind of stuff, and he wanted to start one called Coffee with KC, and with no mention of Vinny whatsoever, and he steals all my stuff but doesn't give me any credit. I don't know. I guess if I should just allow that and be cool with that and let him go out there and, you know, get his ego stroked by being the leader of things, and he literally went out there and put out like 3 long, lengthy videos teaching about it, and yes, I talked to him about it, and then I banned him from the room. I've got open mic here tonight. I'd like to hear if anybody sees a problem with that. So he went out there and decided to not give us any credit for it and to say he just uses ALGOBOX and here's how he uses it. And, you know, his way was better than my way or something like this, which is ironic because all his stuff was my stuff. I'm like, why didn't he say that Vinny teaches it like this? Because he's out there teaching it. So yeah, I had a problem with that and I banned him. Did I remove his ALGOBOX? No. Does he still get to hang out in our room? No. Is that something to complain about? Or so this person's going to take the time to come out here and write a review, a lengthy review, probably the longest one that we have. I don't know that there is a longer review. Look at this. Other reviews, short. Okay, here's a longer one. Who's this one? Matthew Adler. I appreciate that. But nobody's as long as this person. Again, I'm pretty sure this is Casey. Just he's still butthurt about the fact that he's been removed from our room and he wants to, like, you know, take a jab at me. Go for it, bro. Anyhow. In fact, if you catch him in the wrong mood, even if you ask a tiny question, what's the definition of a tiny question? Anybody got a tiny question versus, I guess, a big question? He will go into. Do you have
hair?
What's that?
Do you have hair?
Oh, there we go. A tiny question. Do you have hair, Vinny? A tiny question, folks. Just a tiny one. He will go into a rage and ban you. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure it's a false fact. Do I just rage and ban people for asking small questions, Curtis?
No.
You can at least be, if I'm banning you, there's probably a pretty big reason for it. I mean, why would I just ban people for no reason? It's silly. There are multiple instances of this happening. Okay, name them. This happening, it creates an atmosphere where 80% of his users avoid Discord. Again, so is this factual? Curtis, do 80% of our users avoid Discord? I mean, I don't know how we would know that. I don't know how he would know that. How would we know that? I don't know.
I think it's actually inverse. I think 80% of us use the Discord because of all the other features.
Yeah, what I actually find is it's the opposite. Again, I wish this person would just be honest. Like, I think 80% of people actually avoid using social media. So what I found is, like, I don't know if y'all know this or not. And by the way, yes, I do cut my fingernails, Gershon. In fact, actually, there's a functional reason why you want to cut your fingernails, because if you don't cut your fingernails, first of all, you will cut up your mouse. If you've ever used a mouse before and you're always tapping on it, and especially gamers, if you're using proper fingertip grip, you will cut your mouse up and on your keys. And if you're going to play guitar, it's also a real pain in the tail. So yes, I actually do, and there's a functional reason for it. But you know what? I'm gonna point this out to everybody. Discord is actually a bad thing for me. Did y'all know that? Now, why would I say this? Why is Discord bad for business? Anybody got any guesses? Why do y'all think that Discord might be bad for my business, technically? If I really wanted to just go all out business-wise, why is Discord bad for a primary source of communication? Anybody want to answer that one? Can't monetize. Yep, Caesar got, that's one. Not so much the trolls. The trolls can't really get into our room. The Discord, that's an advantage. I'll say that's a pro to Discord. It's easy for us to remove trolls. Free platform, good bad people, free, gives people access to stuff for free. No? Anybody get it? I'll give you a hint. If we were on social media, people would find us a lot easier. Anyone can chat in the Discord and provide bad information? That is a good question. That's a good thought. It is. Bringing its open to all is the best. Thanks, man. Let me kind of give you guys what the biggest thing from a business standpoint of Discord is bad for business is, folks, if I just cut off Discord today, okay, if I just cut it off, this whole awesome room, we are the largest futures trade room in the world, but this is a silo. Okay, this is a silo that nobody hears. Nobody hears what's going on inside of here. Like, this is our public chat. I'm going to scroll up just to show you guys how big this is. Okay, so as we scroll up here today, okay, this is just today's chatter. Oops. Oh, so working. We go page up. Okay, this is from today's chatter. Now, people out there on social media are like, Vinny, if you were so good and you were so popular and things were so good with your stuff, then people would be talking about you all over the place on social media. So scrolling. This is only from just today. None of these people, all of these little statements and all these little things that people are putting inside of here, inside, still not even there yet. Coming back to right there. So we put this out this morning for the optimizations. So all of that was today's chatter. Imagine all this being on social media. Okay, all these people trying to talk to me on social media, right? If I cut this off today and we went over there and I was only on Instagram, or I was only on YouTube, okay, let's talk about like ICT, why he has all his comments and stuff turned off and whatnot. Like, better for business would be if I just forced you guys to come over here and talk on this stupid community tab. You guys know that? You guys know how much better it would be for me personally in my business. And the reason I'm saying this is because I'm honest, like the person who's saying this, I still think it's just KC. But if anybody's out there, have been other people who echo this, that, well, Vinny's system is the best in the world, but I don't like Vinny. If you guys are going to get a little piece here tonight because we're at open mic night, I'm just going to share with you guys some of the internal stuff that I don't share with you guys. So you guys may or may not see of the amount of stuff that I have to deal with, going the extra length to get you guys what you need, putting myself aside. Because Discord is great for you guys. Listen, Discord is the best in the world, which is why I choose it. Discord is the best for you. Look at yourself in the mirror. Discord is the absolute best for you. Because you can communicate with people quickly, we can screen share, we can post videos quickly, we can communicate quickly. So many things. There's literally nothing you cannot do inside of Discord. You can get on a chat with me. You can instantly get on a telephone call, literally by clicking a name and a click. Full communication, full transparency in a room. This is amazing, okay? But what's bad, it's bad for me, bad for business. Because I'm gonna talk about that here in a minute, because he's gonna talk about my business practices here. Discord is great for you, and it's really bad for me. If I turned it off today, it would force you guys to go out there and sit on Twitter with me, for instance. And you guys would tweet back and forth with me asking. And so all of a sudden the Twitter algorithms would be like, oh, this guy's popular, right? I'm not popular, folks. You guys know that? Like, I'm not. You go out there on Instagram. I got 12,000 people on it. We got, 33,000 in our Discord. It's the biggest following we have because it's the closest thing to us, right? But as far as like interactions, this has like what what's that? 157 likes, but comments, what, one comment? Just one comment, 10 comments, and you're like, oh, ICT's got hundreds of comments. Yeah, he forces that on you guys, and he's the worst guy in the world. He literally blows his accounts in the Robins 3 years in a row, and this is all the evidence of all that. But no, I do that because it's the best for you. So 80% of his Discords avoid Discord. Well, where are they then? Well, okay, first of all, I guess I am arguing the point here that this is not true. Everybody hangs out in Discord. I wish you guys would. In fact, I wish you would. If you guys are not hanging out, and I would like to hear you guys, I'm going to take a vote here tonight. You guys get to vote. I can delete Discord today, and it literally will be no skin off my back. I will just shut everybody out. I mean, all the stuff that I've collected in there, it's no problem. I still have it. I'll just shut everybody else off, and Curtis and I will have it, so we've got all of the things that are useful to us, and then we can just put it on a website for you guys. In fact, it would be great if I did that too, because then that would drive traffic to our website. Because you have to understand, all the traffic that comes to my Discord, there is nothing out there that says, oh, this guy's the most popular Discord room in the world, and that all the stuff that we're doing there is great. You guys understand that?
Yeah.
So if you guys really don't think that Discord is useful, please tell me, because I would love to shove everybody out of here. I'll be honest, it is great for business. Everybody in the fucking world would know about me and what we do here. The great, amazing things that we do here. If all I had to do is just shut off Discord. You understand that? Because again, we would still communicate. I'd be like, well, contact me on social media. I'll be like, hey, go to my community tab. You guys don't do anything to grow me. Y'all don't come out here, like, let's see how many comments out of here today. What, we got 15 comments, and I guarantee you all of them are ICT students. Just about. Oh look, 4. Oh, all right. And this guy, I went to him with went to high school with him. Okay. Ex-ICT, ex-SAT. Okay, so these are some of my guys here. But it's 4, literally 4. And then probably underneath this with a 10, there are probably people arguing with him. Yep. The ICT protectorates, all the fake accounts that go out there and do it. It would be the best thing in the world I could ever do is just turn off Discord. You guys would be forced to come out here and have communications here. Now, I say that because, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of like disappointed in this, review showcase. Like, there are some reality points here that, yeah, I'm not the guy to push around, but I sacrifice a lot so that you guys can succeed. So that douchebags like this faggot can make $1,000 a day and then come write a review to spit in my face. Yeah, for you. And I'd rather do that for you, but I am going to come out here and I'm going to speak the truth. And the truth is 80% of the users do not avoid Discord. In fact, I wish they would. Asking questions like the plague creates an atmosphere where 80% of users avoid Discord and asking questions like the plague, because they avoid asking questions. I wish that were the case. We get hundreds of questions in our room all the time. At fear of repercussions. You really don't know what side of the bed Vinny will wake up on in the morning. In fact, he recently has ordered all premium members not to DM each other. I'm gonna talk about that. It means the only source of knowledge is Vinny himself. This is the point. Well, who has a problem with this? If I can bring people to $1,000 a day without even hardly trying. The lowest of the low in our room, the lowest target in our room, right here. You guys see this? $500. $500. This is a bad day. This is you suck. You only made $500 in a day? That's bad. This is the lowest you can target in our room. We don't allow you to target less than 500. And you know why? Because if you were getting knowledge from KC, oh my God, did y'all hear his garbage video? Okay, I'll let y'all hear it. I downloaded them before. In fact, I'll play them this week. I'll play just so you guys can hear KC teaching as though he had made my stuff up, folks. He literally was teaching my strategies, taking credit for them, sounding like he was the man who came up with them. It's hilarious, isn't it? I think it's a little bit hilarious, don't you? Don't allow them to DM each other. Let's talk about that. Which, being the only source of knowledge, I mean, that's probably a good thing. That source being a child who's constantly having mood swings, and it leads to simply trying to watch his videos and learn that way and hope for the best, which brings me to point 2. Okay, well, folks, I actually do think that you should learn from the videos. A picture's worth 1,000 words. If you think that opening up chat and direct messages and chatting to somebody, that you're gonna be able to very clearly and succinctly help somebody learn how to trade when trading is one of the most difficult things you'll ever do. Again, you're delusional, Casey. I'm speaking to you, dumbass. That's the worst way to communicate. That's actually a good thing. I am doing that for you. In fact, the DMs, I'm gonna again say, the DMs are actually for you guys. You don't believe that? I'm gonna show you. I actually mentioned a lot of these things in a room, which this person is completely discounting all of them. And if you think that I'm making it up, unlike ICT, I'll just show you the proof of what I actually say. So let's go back and find, here we go. Do not, under any circumstances, accept a new direct message request from anyone without express written consent from me personally. Do not, under any circumstances. This is a repeat in the room right here. Who's out there using a million rights? Several have asked what I'm wearing. Does that count? Now, this is a female in our room, and I know she was joking about this, but I'm like, actually, this has happened in our room. There are 2 female traders in our room. I'm not going to mention their names, but 2, not just 1, 2, that have had to not leave our room, but go into hiding in our room because of sexual advances from men in our own group, folks. I don't talk about these things, but I'm gonna bring it out here tonight because of this kind of stuff. You guys, y'all all think you know shit, okay? Like this dumbass, okay? Thinks he's smart, so I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna tell everybody what I think, and I'm gonna teach Vinny some lessons. Y'all gotta get down here to the part where he uses scripture to back up his stuff of like that I lack wisdom, blah, blah, blah. No, see, wisdom is knowing that I have reasons for things that you couldn't possibly fathom or understand, but I'm going to try to help you guys maybe understand a little bit of what we have to deal with behind the scenes that you don't know. Okay? Sexual harassment we've had to deal with. We have had to deal with people scamming people. We've had to deal with, I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna address somebody here tonight, and again, I'm just saying, I went through here and seemingly overbearing policy of DMs, I literally explained, I said, I know, I am aware that this seems like an overbearing policy of no DMs, and just speak whatever you wish in public. But here are the things, and I've talked about, I basically wrote them all out in this area. If you guys want to go back and read it, you can. If you're a premium member, go and check it out. But I'm going to come up here into the public chat today because, again, this came up today, okay? Personal stuff. Folks, this is a business. At the end of the day, I know that I make this very personal and fun, and we have a good time, and the people in our crew get to know each other, and it's awesome. But I'm going to tell you guys what comes with. There are pros and cons to all things in life. And I believe it is wise, and you guys are going to, the protections I have in place, I'll leave it like that, are there for a reason. And maybe you guys will understand a little bit here this evening, and maybe you guys can maybe be a little more informed before you guys open your mouths, because you guys run your mouths like crazy and you don't use your brains. People like Casey. Good friend of ours here, Roman T. Okay, it's not his real name. But we're going here today. He starts asking an innocent question. What seems like an innocent question. Hey, anyone heard from Jared anymore? This is how it starts, folks. Y'all guys are asking about personal things like, oh, what's up with Jared? First of all, it's nobody's fucking business what anybody in the room is doing. You understand? And yeah, I am telling you right now, there are reasons. And it has nothing to do with me. This is not to protect me. It does not matter what is going on with me. So for the last time, all the people are, oh, you're just trying to, whatever. I don't even know what y'all use your excuses for. But Jared has been under disciplinary action in our room for colluding with some of our external vendors. So, by the way, what business is it of yours? Yes, now that could handle it to us with business, but I'm going to go a little bit farther. You guys are going to start talking about, well, what about personal things? Okay, because it's like, okay, well, maybe business and the vendor thing. Yeah, Vinny doesn't want to know that this guy's been colluding with one of our, not our vendors, but one of our competitors in the vendor space. Okay, so yes, he was dealt with. Okay, But he's asking about him. I'm like, so are you with him? You know, we had this conversation. Anyway, he doesn't know the background on it, but I'm like, look, no. I said he's not okay. But this is also why I don't want people developing personal relationships in this room. This is a business operation. People's personal and professional business is no one's business. I've already listed 100 reasons that premium members, sexual harassment for all kinds of things. People asking for money. People feeling guilted to it. So let's say, I'm going to give you the perfect example because all of a sudden you guys start talking about exactly, it's weird. It's like, it's perfectly the example of why we don't do this, because he's about to start talking about how he's in the hospital. Okay, watch. Well, in the year I've been associated with this group, I have never guilt, defamed, scammed, or any other thing that's been considered questionable. I cannot think of a single person on here that can honestly say I have done anything at all to afford anyone. I certainly would never ask for money. Now, so this is all me. This is what I'm talking about, selfish people. You guys only see yourselves. And I really don't care. You guys want to hear about everybody's business? Fine. Well, let's talk about your business then, all right? I'm talking about your personal stuff because you guys want to talk about personal stuff? Well, let's talk about it and you're going to find out why you don't want to do that. I'm not making drama, just asking about some stuff. Let's keep on going. I felt attacked by Vinny. Here we go. I felt, the feelings. It's bringing out the feelings because I told you stop talking about people's personal shit. Okay, you want to get personal? Fine. See why you don't want to get personal? You don't ask personal questions, you don't get the personal me. Isn't it simple? See how simple that is? Protect yourself. Don't get personal. I've spoken to Vinny on the phone a few times. Wow, that's amazing. How many of you other guys can raise your hand and say that you've talked to your mentor before? On a phone. Having access to your mentor. Imagine that, yeah. Another little feather in my cap, I think. And never gave a reason for him to take like this. Oh, as though, so now your past means different right now. It's like you guys, y'all can't handle any criticism. You guys are such fucking children. You guys can't take a patty cake these days. Y'all are so, you gotta like put on your Purell when you walk outside because you're such a bunch of pussies. What is wrong with our society? You men, you don't even have your balls anymore. Your balls are like the size of acorns now. What's your problem? I understand lots of people giving a shit, but I'm certainly not. Oh, really? You do? You do give a shit? Because I didn't even really think about it. I just said, hey man, don't talk about the stuff, and I went off. Okay, I left. I was done with it. Dealing with thousands. Yep, I have to deal with thousands of people daily. I'm out. And then I come back and I read this. I'm like, you felt attacked. I'm like, see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, quoting old school. So it says, well, I'm in the hospital. Been a long week. Okay, so now we got to bring in the personal stuff. Folks, do not bring your personal business in my room. Remember that problem I had several months ago? First of all, no, nobody should be talking about the personal problems that you had months ago. Because guess what? Now millionaires got to feel like, oh, I've got to ask, well, you okay? You okay? Look, folks, this is not a dating service. This is not a, look, we're all, we can be like, hey man, we're all family and all kinds of stuff. But folks, family requires responsibilities and things that, folks, there are a lot of people in a lot of different circumstances, a lot of different places. And no, we are not here to be the support system for all things personal. You understand? Hope you're on the mend from it. Here we go. Fighting the Kung Flu. Anyway, all the personal stuff that gets on. Things get awkward when this occurs, folks. And then all of a sudden, I'll give you examples that have happened in the past. All right. So we've had sexual harassment. We've had the scams. We've had people be like, hey man, I don't have this leg surgery I've got. It's going to cost me $12,000. I just wish I had a way to get some money. Now here comes the guilt thing. Yeah, man. Oh, well, now people feel guilted into like, okay, now we all got it. Well, everybody's got to pitch in and go to give this person money. And now we got that going on, right? Now it's like, oh, well, now they're direct messaging somebody. Yeah, man. Oh, well, I sent this person money the other day. Then you come to find out the person didn't even have surgery and it got scammed. Okay, that has actually happened in our room, folks. Listen, there are a lot of reasons, I tell you. Now, if they came and told me that, it's a different story. You could have come and share yourself with me, like you want to come hang out, talk with me, that's different. But when you come into our room and now people are starting to feel like, hey, Vinny, I'm feeling a little awkward. This person's asking me, like, I feel like I got to send them money to take care of their thing. And I'm like, what? This stuff happens. Y'all understand? Do you understand? Now, if they put that in public, okay, fine. Talk about it in public, that's great. But when you get somebody one-on-one in direct messages, y'all start having these DMs. This is what happens in DMs, little Whoever the F you are, Mr. I gotta change my name because I'm such a pussy. I got no balls, but I know you're KC. Yeah, you. These personal things, leave them out. You do not need to get on direct messages with people and high-five each other and talk about your personal business. You understand? Not have anybody guilted into it. I'm not having people be like, you know, we're talking about females. I've had people talking about cheating in our room, folks. These are the kind of drama things that I have to deal with. So I'm telling you, don't. It's a simple policy, don't. And then you want to come out and complain about it out here like it's a bad thing? It's a good thing, folks. It protects you. It protects everybody in our room, so you're never guilted into feeling like, oh, you know, this thing, and I got too personal with this person. Now I'm feeling guilty and having to help them with stuff that's very awkward and that I don't want to do. You understand? These are just examples. I've got lots of examples, folks. I've got crazy examples of stuff that happens in DMs, folks. And yes, some of them, not to mention, yes, sure. And on top of that, these people get into colluding against me. That's happened before. Right, talk to Shalom, right? Shalom is still out there, you know, 50-year-old virgin, still can't, you know, he's got a boner for me, right? And that all started from, man, Vinny, you're the best. You're like, oh, you're great. Oh, it can't be cool. We got the same birthday. We share the same birthday. We're so cool. I'll never turn on you, Vinny. And now he's like, literally like the worst person in the world, right? Like, just lies 24/7 about our stuff, our system, and whatnot. It's just absolutely crazy. Anyhow, sorry, I'm sharing tonight because it's open mic night where you guys get to come out and hang out. You get to find out the behind-the-scenes stuff. You're going to get to ask questions. Let's move a little bit farther. So there are some things that maybe we can improve. The video library. I want to get some feedback from you guys. Is our video library insufficient? Where can we improve? That type of stuff. Because as we go into the new website, that's what we're planning on doing. Like, we know there are some things that need to improve. So here we go. The video library of what you learn is publicly available on YouTube. However, it's not organized or sanitized in any way, shape, or form. See how? Look at all the hyperbole that has to be spoken here. Not organized or sanitized in any way, shape, or form. Okay, so he's just acting like it's just on YouTube. Oh, I'm gonna have to, again, beg to differ with that. Where it is, there is one place to go and learn our system. Right here. Lesson library in order. Go to the top of this and move down like you would in any other thing in life. You move from the top to the bottom. These are scrubbed and, I don't know, sanitized. You go through this list, and then you go to this playlist, and then you go to this playlist, and then you go to this video and these videos, and then you're ready to print this out and go. What are you talking about? They're not organized. What are you talking about? Okay, you don't like the format because it's in Discord? Well, again, here comes my whole thing. Like, you know, Discord is the greatest thing and it's the worst thing. I will delete Discord today, folks. I literally will. And I kind of reached the point where I would right now. I will do it. I am totally down with doing it at this point. I have considered it, I have thought through it, and it would be a great time to do it. Right now, as we go into the new website, because it would force you guys to do what I ask you to do. Very simple. Hey guys, can you guys go support me on YouTube every once in a while? Because if I read y'all the shit that I get, in fact, how about I can open this right now? Oh, here we go, first one, here we go, 8 minutes ago. Let's read this gem. I'm sure this is gonna be fantastic. Oh, Vinny, this is very funny. Guys, the reason Vinny is doing all this is because back in 2020, even before we heard there was such a name called ICT, stated that he was going to start a YouTube series which would end all fake gurus, ALGOBOX, sellers, careers, true to his word. Anyway, basically the same old stuff. I'm sure there is stuff in here today that I've heard people telling me that my kids were ugly and all this other kind of, like, this is the stuff that these people put in here. It's bad. It's bad, right? But I could end all of it by deleting Discord, literally. Because look, no, y'all aren't going to stop using the system. Let's be honest. Okay? You're going to want to use the system, and if you want to communicate with one another, there'd be channels out there. Now, it would be crazy. You know what's going to happen because Discord is so awesome. You guys would go and create your own Discord, right, and go have your chat. So maybe that's the answer. I don't know. But anyhow, I think Discord is the best. I think it's the best place to chat and have communications with it. But yeah, I mean, reviews like this, it's a little unappreciative. I wish they would at least be truthful. It is in some way, form, or fashion organized and sanitized because he's going to say there's 800 videos somewhere in here, and we'll talk about that. Did he say 800? Yeah, 862 videos. Let's see if that's accurate. I don't even know that. Is that true? Is it 862?
Hey Vinny, I think it's just mad you can give him a little bit of Purell.
No, get him a little Purell a little bit. 862. I mean, he literally went and got the count. I guess whatever day that was is 862. He went and got the actual count. So he's acting like these 862 videos have no filter. Folks, there's only 150, what is that, 157? 157. Out of 868, he's saying there's no filtering? No sanitizing? No specific list? What, is this too many for you? I mean, look, man, and yet he's successful to the point where he's making $1,000 a day. Folks, there is sanitization. There is a level of now, and when a new video needs to be added to that playlist, yes, I will add one to what I call the final playlist. If something new comes in, again, there's an organization to this. So again, this person's not smart enough or can't figure it out. I don't know. Learning Vinny's system is stupidly hard for such an easy system. Now, I like this. I mean, this is like. Please, say more of this. Learn Vinny's system is stupidly hard for an easy system. Okay. The knowledge is buried in a mountain of poop. You need to prune your way through 862 videos to get the knowledge you require to use the system. 30% of the videos are educational gold. Well, you know what's funny? I mean, let me do some math calc here real quick. I just noticed that. 30%, so 862, what is that? 862 times, can't hit that button. It's gonna be, we'll change our screen here. Times 0.33, 284. So he expects to watch 284 of those, folks, and I've got it down to 157. I mean, I think I'm doing pretty damn good. Anyhow, folks, I wish you guys, a lot of you guys, a lot of you had brains, but to pretend that I don't and know what we're doing here is a little bit facetious. You know what I'm saying? A little bit out there. 20% are old videos, which is interesting about the 20% of the old videos. The old videos that I do have in there are teaching you where the system came from, how it was developed, what is in it, so that you aren't just, it's not a black box, folks. This is not a black box system. So heaven forbid I go into showing you guys where it came from, the stuff that went by hand. No relevance for the current system. Well, I don't know about no relevance. You know what was removed and why it was removed. I find that valuable. If you don't, that's fine, whatever. 50% are him ranting and raving about the latest scammer that he found. Well, yes, there is a lot of me exposing and whatnot, which is, I mean, what's wrong with that? I have been called to do that. I have been called to save people, and the only way you do that is by fighting bad guys. Do you have a problem with that? Fuck off, you selfish nitwit. What's really annoying is sometimes those annoying rant videos that honestly no one but Vinny wants to watch has answers to questions that are important. You need to wade through 2 hours of bullcrap to get a 1-minute discussion on an important topic that you need to know. Again, this guy's a selfish fucking prick, which is what I always knew about Casey to begin with, so no surprise there. And then when someone new to the system asks an honest question about one of the entry strategies like a DCDM, etc., he gets flamed. That's not true. Called an idiot and told he hasn't watched the videos. It's actually disgusting. Actually, a new person will be directed to the videos. So again, this is all lies here too. Guy can't even be honest in what's supposedly an honest review. But I love that he's honestly making money. I love that. I love the part at the beginning that he cannot dispute is that I am personally making over 1K most days when he proves his liberty, and that the system is awesome. Yes, you will make money with ALGOBOX. I mean, why don't we just stop it right there? Oh no, but he wants to get into the personal stuff, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. It's a personal light, so we do on our mentorship Mondays. We get to open up the floor for discussions, and yeah, I get to rant every once in a while. How about that? I'm not going to deny ALGOBOX is hands down, unequivocally, the best, all caps best, system for Ninja Trader. I spent thousands before I found ALGOBOX, and I in no way debate this. Now, what's interesting about that is, before you found it, and again, if I just literally deleted Discord, it would force everyone out and have conversations all around it, and you would have found it sooner, and you wouldn't have wasted those $1,000. So me going out there now and presenting all the time on a regular basis so that other people can be saved, you selfish prick, you gonna complain about it? Fuck off. It gives you pinpoint accuracy for entries, that's true, and gives you a way to build confluence in your moves, and it delivers on the promise Vinny himself says, turning the markets into a video game. You are welcome. I bought the system, not the man. Wow. You're a disrespectful piece of shit is what you are. And you know what? And I hope that the Lord rewards you for your selfishness, my friend. I bought the system, not the man, when purchasing ALGOBOX, and I do not regret my decision. I do not post this review to tarnish the ALGOBOX system, which, by the way, I fucking wrote. Fucking douchebag. Rather to leave a critique on things that could be improved on an amazing system. An already amazing system. Well, I appreciate that. To people looking to become members of the ALGOBOX community, I recommend it. So I find it hilarious that it's full of shit, but he recommends it. So yeah, appreciate that. Maybe watch the first 30 videos. Oh, you mean the ones that I tell you to do? So again, here's KC again coming up with like, oh, look at me, I came up with this idea. You should watch the first 30 videos. Oh, you mean exactly the way that I have it laid out on my website, so that you go to literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 5 libraries? You mean those 30 videos that Vinny suggests? Oh, but you want to make it like you made the suggestion. This is Casey's problem. This is what he did before, why he got banned from the room to begin with. You know, it's the guy who finds himself not being in the lead and is sad because he's not the lead. 30 videos before starting, so getting ideas of the basics for installing the trial. To Vinny himself, if he reads this, I don't want to come off as ungrateful. Okay, douche. Your system is amazing. Yeah, I fucking know. But you are so angry. Bro, I have a good fucking time. I mean, just because I throw out some F-bombs and, look, man, I curse like a sailor, but I love me some Jesus, and as if that matters. You're in your late 40s. Again, can't even, I mean, I'm 41. Folks, I'm 41 years old. So is that late? When does late 40s begin? So after 40, now anything past 40, you're in your late 40s? No, see, this is a late 40s douchebag. KC, right? And he's like, you're just like me. No, bro, I'm not old and stupid like you stupid fuck. Your brain is literally rotting. And you can't even come out here and tell the truth. But you think you're doing a good job. I mean, you typed all this out. You took your sweet ass time, bro. Oh, show us on the little doll where Vinny touched you. I know where I touched you. And you still call people idiots. Yeah, I do. A lot of them. You seen the Democratic Party? I bet you voted for Joe Biden too, you stupid fuck. And abused them on open mic nights. Yeah, I'm abusing you right now. You gonna cry about it? That's why I did this, really, because he's like, on open mic nights, I abused him. Oh yeah, well, dude, I'm taking you to court. You gonna cry about it? Taking you right out here to public court. Yeah, it's beautiful. Isn't it amazing? It's a great feeling on my part. I get that you asked. I get that you get asked the same stupid question 100 times. Either ignore it or have someone else answer it, or even better, link them to the relevant video. You mean what I said earlier? That's what we do. Curtis, isn't that what we always do? If somebody has a question, what do I tell you to do? Link them to the video, right? Don't spend the time going through all of it, be like, well, it's a little bit complicated, you need this and that, but here's the video, right? That's how we answer all of our questions, yes?
Yep.
And anybody in the room can agree and attest to that. So it's funny, right? He's like, see, what I think you should do is link him to, you mean, again, KC? Thank you. Thank you, Captain Obvious. I mean, wow, I don't know what we'd do without you, bro. And don't say a word. Yes, Vinny, you created all of this. You've made all this. You allowed us all to make this. You allow me and my family to make $250,000 a year with your system, Vinny, that you spent your time, hard work, and efforts and put it out here for us and work with all these people to take their phone calls to come in. But you know what, Vinny? Don't say a word. Now give it to me, and then it's mine. I'm tempted to disable your shit. We'll take a vote on that. We'll take a vote and see. We'll see how grateful you are. I know you won't change. Really? You know what's funny? I love it when people say this. This is like this is what bitches say all the time, right? Women are like, you know, you're not gonna change. He never changes, folks. The only thing in life that's guaranteed, a couple things, like death and taxes. Well, there's another thing, is that people change. People change all the time, all the time. In fact, I literally went from voted the most friendliest. Let's look that up. There's even a picture that went with it. There's that fun little thing that, yeah, my buddy John always posts all the time. Look at this shit right here. Look at this dumbass. Most friendliest, voted in high school, right there at the bottom of that picture, right there. Me and old Katie, you know I'm gonna drop her last name too, because she's married and that's saying her last name anyway. Katie Gussler and Vincent Alexander Marchi. Friendliest in the entire high school class. And yet, here I am now. Change? Yeah, no, people change. People definitely change. Definitely change. So again, I guess you're not old enough to figure that out in life because you're a dumbass. And this has all probably been in vain. However, it needed to be said. Well, I don't know what you're going to improve. Like, let's talk about the one thing that we gained from this whole thing is that as we come over here to the new website, we're going to have a new members area that you won't have to go into Discord with. How about that? You will literally come over here to the members area, which is currently open. So if you guys want to go check it out, go for it. You will now be met with this instead of Discord. You'll literally be able to go through every one. We can thank Matthew Owens for helping slap these all together out here for us. Appreciate him pitching in for this one. But yes, now instead of having to go through playlists or any other kind of stuff, you can go straight through them like this. Is this a little bit more spoon-fed for you there, bro? And cut down and tailored to just the videos you need to learn the system? Oh, you mean like that, bro? You mean like, oh, you gave me all this advice? Bro, because see, here's the thing. I'm not going to let you get away with, oh, see, I gave Vinny this advice. That's what you're trying to do? Bro, it's already done. Literally already done. It just happens to be on a new website. And heaven forbid, I've had 4 kids running a room, trading, doing competitions, and everything else. And oh, is it not on your time, Casey? Your poor little, your time's wasn't on your timelines? You upset about it? You upset about it? You think you could have done a better job? Bitch. Bro, I've heard you before. And nobody wants to hear your voice either. So we'll pass. But yeah, so before douchebag, I'm sorry. What's his name? Jeremy Stevens. Using a VPN to make it look like he's from the United Kingdom. Did anybody see a United Kingdom state? They speak differently. I talk to Tom Dante every, I don't know, like at least 3 times a week. And they have certain phrases that they say, this is not from Great Britain. But then you want to end with some Bible passages. This is what really frustrates me about Christians. Christians are the dumbest people on earth. Y'all know that? They really are. They produce the worst stuff and then say, well, it's because God will take whatever I give him. No, actually he won't. I'm gonna teach a little lesson to you Christians even tonight. Your Father above is the greatest in the world, in the universe. He literally created it. Your Father, you are princes and princesses of the King of the universe. And you put it out and produce shit? You half-assers? I mean, have you ever read Revelations? It says, I would rather you be hot or cold for me. If you're lukewarm, I want to spit you out and vomit you from my mouth. This is you lukewarm Christians. And you know, I can prove it. Every Christian movie is like a B-rate movie. Did y'all ever notice that? Why is that? Why can't y'all, why can't we? Because I'm a Christian. Why can't we put forth our best instead of our half-ass shit? Why is that? The challenge to the Christians here tonight. Why do we continue to put out our worst? And then be like, well, God's going to accept it anyway. Why is that? When the people of this world, right, are producing and putting in their absolute best, the top tier everything, like top tier, putting their money into it. Because you know why? You guys are a bunch of misers. You want to hold any of the money that God's given to you because you won't release it. You won't use money. You use people like this today. He's using me, abusing and using me. I know it's ironic because I'm the one yelling tonight, right? It sounds weird to say that, but that's what's happened here. Because he has made all of this money with my system and the way that I have done this and taught this to him. And yet this is how he repays, to come out here and write this bullshit. And then follows it up with some verses that are out of context. Like, was there something about wisdom in here? Do I lack wisdom? You saying I'm not smart? I guess this stuff just magically happened on its own. Yeah, slow to anger. First of all, I put up with a lot of shit. I mean, I think it's interesting. None of this you mentioned, like you think that I get pissed off because people ask little questions and whatnot. I'm literally dealing with people sending CPS to my house. That's Child Protective Services, in case anybody wants to know. You know, calling them and turning in false reports and stuff. That's the type of disgusting people that I deal with out on the internet. I'm dealing with people, literally, I've got cops around my house like 24/7 for the last 3 months because people are making death threats to me. These are the types of things that I have to deal with, and you're out here acting like, oh, these little things. I mean, he just gets up to the smallest little thingies. I ask you guys to lift a finger, put a comment on a video. How dare I? I ask you guys not to have direct messages so that I don't have to deal with that stuff on top of everything else I already deal with. Ha! Heaven forbid. Yeah. So this is my my cry fest here tonight. I'm gonna get over and start answering some questions. But I do want to you guys who are Christians to ask yourself, why do you guys keep putting out shit? When are you gonna start putting out the best? Is that not possible for you? It's always, oh, just let God take care of it. Folks, I got something in there today from somebody who's like, Vinny, if God wants ICT down, then just let him take him down. Folks, do you know what God sends? Did you ever read your Bible at all? He sends somebody. He sent Paul. He sent David. He sent Solomon. Sometimes he sends a pagan race to wipe out the Christians. Oh, how about that? He sent me too. He sent me to do the damage. Some of us got to be the tip of the spear because all you guys don't have any fucking balls. Yeah, cry about it. All right. Now, let's do some questions, shall we? So here's that part where he's like, oh, now I'm going to get some nuggets in here. Yeah, give you guys some nuggets. Those are you guys who stayed through all that horse shit. Let's get some questions answered here tonight, and I'm going to enlighten. Let's see, this is yesterday. Man, all these questions from yesterday. I'd like to ask a question for your open mic night. Please, last week the market was real sideways for a couple days, narrow price ranges, Christmas lights on most of the MACVs. How would you recommend trading these? Would you trade in the grays on these days or just avoid trading the grays completely regardless of the entry signals? No, it's a great question. So let's, it's a great screenshot somebody put in right here. So to avoid days like this,
Hey,
yeah, go ahead.
Sir, you already covered that one already. I just
Okay, this is the one I hit last week. I
that.
thought so. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Where did I stop? I should have put a little note.
After lost code, after my question, I think I was the last one.
Okay, let me look for lost code here. Let's see.
Yeah, up. I already saw it. It's a little bit up.
All right. There you go. Part 2 question. All right, so the next one. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. All right, this is what I meant earlier because KevBot was asking about the dots. I addressed this one too, didn't I? KevBot question.
Yeah, he was the last one.
Okay. Might be too late, but quick question. The above screenshot actually really... Oh, no, we hit that one that night. All that. Not one time frame. How about this rookie one? Did we answer this one? One question might be, Dom, but if there's a dot on one time frame and a cross or a PRZ on another, would it count as a headshot, etc., to combine the time frames? The answer is yes, but you have to take into account that you are going to have a larger risk with that, almost always. So the question on this is, so he's got 2 time frames, and he has a PRZ. Actually, let's do the opposite. Let's do PRZ on this one that prices come into. We're in the PRZ, and then he's saying, but then on the other screen he has a red dot that's come into this area at this same spot. So the red dot is not actually here; it's over here. Okay, so he's asking, can I combine these? Good question. And the answer is yes, absolutely. So we're inside of here, and I get a pinpoint entry location. Can I take it? Yes. What's the risk? Well, on a dot, we already know it's a very small stop, still going to be 3 ticks. The trick is when it is the opposite, where when you have the PRZ come in on the right side, you need to take this into account. And sorry, but imagine that dot's not there. But then that the red dot comes over here on this other side, and there's no PRZ here, but the PRZ is here. The higher time frame dot, is that going to be more risk or less risk than a dot coming in on like the 1s, 2s, or 3s on the algo bars?
It's going to be more risk on the higher time frame.
Yes, right. So over here, this might be like a 3 or 4 tick stop. On this, that dot is larger, even though it visually looks the same size. That's what the whole point and purpose of why our system is so awesome. That on this one over here, it adjusts, right? This same dot, even though it looks visually the same, on this one could be 8 to 10 ticks. On this. Everybody get that? But the answer, the question, can you do it? Yes. The caveat with it, I would say, is be careful of your RR. Now, okay, risk reward is going to change on that. So your targets, because that's the next question is, so which one do you target off of? Well, that's the trickiest part about it. You will have to kind of wage that out for yourself and try to make sure that you're getting that target one. And if it pulls back on you, you got to get out. Okay. But it also has the potential to make the big run if it goes, so you should be using a large instead of a small ATM. So remember, when you're choosing your last two things is large or small, final decision. Okay, well, if you're playing off the high time frame, what should it be? It should be an instant, no question, large. You're like, well, what about me combining it with this? That's okay. Should you take this off at target one? Yes. So you're looking for the target one, but on the large. Cool, instead of the small. So you got a bigger opportunity there with a little bit of bigger risk. So rookie, hopefully answers your question. Good, that's an advanced level question right there. We're gonna learn to code in NinjaTrader. Do you have any good courses? Trista says, go to Google. I will actually respond to this. I will send you some resources. I'll create a section on the left-hand side. There is one person who wrote a good book on it, but it is back for NinjaTrader 7. I don't know if there's an updated one for NinjaTrader 8 or not. But mostly is C#. You need to learn C# is the main thing, like be very good at C#. So I would say learning to code is really more learning C#. And then NinjaTrader is more the application of what you want to do, and you really need to learn to trade first. So I would say make sure you know coding strategy first. Go after that, because there's no point in coding something. I saw a guy come to me on Instagram the other day. He's like, "Hey Vinny, I want to code some stuff," and I'm like, "Code what?" Well, I got a thing I'm gonna code. I'm like, man, like this, like develop a plan, right? Like have the whole plan laid out before you like start diving into being like, I'm just gonna put it to code. Code is not the answer. Okay, trading, you still have to know how to trade first, and then coding things that make your trading easier is the goal. That's what we've done here. New here, was invited from FB, currently funded 3 accounts through Lilo. Okay, then there's complicated people. I can't figure out, like, why would you fund 3 accounts simultaneously? I mean, that's what I'm gathering here. Is that what he's showing? Anyone have trades I can copy, or how to use the algo? I have some experience setting up LTSM neural network for stock market prediction. Been checking out the SVM neural network recently, trying to learn more. How does this algo work? Is this where you start? Okay. Well, I would say the start here section on the left hand side. Learn actual strategies and things, neural networks. If you actually want to understand, I'm gonna do a brief neural network thing here. So if you have to start with something. So what do you usually start with? What do you feed into the neural network? So what you're gonna have is a whole bunch of indicators. At the end of the day, that's all they're doing. Like, you got a whole bunch of indicators. So all these, you throw them into a basket, and then you program the computer. You say, okay, computer, so start combining all these. This one with this one, then this one with this one, this one with this one, this one with this one. Do all the different various combinations of sorts, running them in backtest sequences over the historical data. And then you have to do it across multiple markets. Again, it really depends on your goal. A lot of places just start with no goal. They're like, I don't know, make money. I think at the end of the day, isn't that everybody's goal is to make money? And for some reason, I think a lot of coders and developers and people who start talking about neural networks and all this stuff, like, I really do think that they're geeks at heart, which is fine. But this is like, I mean, honestly, it's like a lot of Christians that they got a lot of heart, but no brains. It's true. Like, there's no directive around that big old heart of theirs, right? They're just stupid. And so they lose sight of what they're trying to do. And just, it's a whole lot of like, for nothing, doing nothing. So that's my opinion on that, neural networks. So it ultimately ends up starting with all this and trying to combine all these. And I personally think that a human can do a better job. So that's my thing on neural networks. And if you go read on these, you'll find out that I'm right. Like, they don't do any better than, don't do better than me. And I don't have a neural network, don't need one. Once you know what's powerful, you just stick to the ones that are powerful, right? Like, why do I need to know if an overbought on the RSI is better than this or that? Don't I already know that? In general, like, you should already know. You should know what's powerful. You should know what structure. What's a more powerful structure? Is a channel more powerful than a cipher? No. Okay, so why would I use a channel over a cipher? Well, man, you can use it sometimes, Vinny. You could. Dude, I'm so tired of people hearing say, well, you could. Look, folks, this is a neat little lesson for everybody here tonight. Good, better, and best. Got 3 people. These 3 people hate each other. I mean, these are all good things, right? Like, think about it. Like, well, is there anything wrong with good? No. Anything wrong with better? No. Best? No. Nothing by itself. All of these look so benign. They're, you know, oh, get the guy a red star. Good, better, and best. They're all good. But you know, bring it back to the Christian notion again. Christians settle right here most of the time. Right here. All I need is Jesus. And Jesus is sitting there so disappointed in you because you are a feckless piece of meat on this earth. Right? Most of you. All of you are. All you little pew wetters. Go to church, do nothing else. All talk, no walk. 100%. And you sit right here. Y'all put out Christian movies? Anybody want to go see a Christian movie? Can anybody in here name a good Christian movie? Ready to go. Name me one. I'll wait.
Not a good one.
Can you name a one?
I
think-
can't everything.
I honestly think the best Christian movie is The Passion of Christ.
Bingo, that's
With
the
Mel
only
Gibson.
one. I'll tell you. Watch this. See, he hit it. I'm glad you brought it up because that's exactly what I was going to write here. But I wanted to see if there was any other one. The Passion of the Christ, the only one. And guess who that was written by?
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson.
I think.
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson.
Oh, oh, sorry. Yeah, I think there was a I think there was a oh, sorry. I think there was a movie about Joseph, like a Disney movie or something like that.
Do you know what it was called?
Or something like that.
Oh, it's with Christian Bale. It was Exodus, something with Exodus.
Interesting. Okay.
God and Exodus. Let me go check it out.
Yeah. Get it to me, and we'll check a look. But I think most of these ultimately end up proving my point. I'll tell you a really good one. We want one that will actually blow your mind that people want to argue about. Guys, go watch Noah. This was written by a non-Christian, but an awesome movie, graphically, like all of the special effects, all the cool stuff, the storyline and whatnot. And you know what's funny is Christians hated it. And what's ironic about that, I know I kind of talked about this in my last thing, was that the guy who actually wrote this movie had studied the Bible more than Christians do. The Christians are still used to their little cherry-booked, I watched my children's church edition, Noah story, you know, everybody got on the ark and everything was happy, hunky-dory. That's not how things went down. Noah, this movie, showed the harsh realities of what was really going on. Noah was a drunkard. Anybody know that? It's ironic because ICT comes over here and calls me a drunkard all the time. He's like, oh, that drunkard, I find this hilarious. Noah got off the boat and got wasted every freaking day. Did y'all know about that? Y'all didn't read that part of the Bible. Y'all skipped that part, right?
It's called Exodus, Gods, and Kings.
Okay, Exodus, Gods, and Kings. I'll have to look into that. Who's that one written by? Is it a Christian one, or is that like a secular one written about Christians?
It's about Moses fleeing Egypt. You know, I got A-list stars like Christian Bale.
Oh,
but
that's
if you
cool.
want, you could check a poster, yeah.
Well, I would love one day for that to shift. In fact, I'm craving it. In fact, like even myself, one of my personal passions is to make that happen. And some of it is by coming and having conversations like this and driving people to go, you know what? He's right. Let's stop being half-assed about everything. But the story of Noah goes into the book of Enoch, which again Christians have written off. Ironically, if they knew why the book of Enoch was written, you ask a Christian like, "Hey, so you know so much about the Bible and you disagree with Noah?" My question to you is so the things that were in the Noah book came out of the book of Enoch. So book of Enoch is not included in today's NIV and King James, all these others. Like it was removed in the 14th century. So you're so intelligent and smart about it. Can you tell us why was the book of Enoch removed from the Bible? You're like, I don't know. And then you go Google it, and you would find out that, well, every Christian in the world should actually be screaming and yelling about it. Here we go. Why was the book of Enoch moved? The book of Enoch was considered as scripture in the Epistle of Barnabas, and as many of them, blah, 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 wrote. But it was rejected by the Jews because it contained prophecies pertaining to Christ. Now, every Christian in the world should be like, wait a minute, bring it back then. Right? But y'all don't talk about it. You know why? Because your seminaries and your pastors are all paid and bought and paid for by something called the 501c3 because of money. Scripture at the end of the day says that you will either serve God or you will serve money. And every pastor puts their hand out and takes his 501c3 and then silences themselves into oblivion and becomes a feckless pastor. Every single one of them.
Hey, Vinny, what do you think about The Chosen?
The Chosen, I actually have that one over on my phone to watch. I don't have an opinion on it. What is your thought on it? It looks pretty cool, though. I have it on my list to watch. Have you seen it yet?
Yeah, the movie I was talking about was The Prince of Egypt, I believe.
Yeah, my mom and dad were huge into The Chosen, and like my dad was like flying out to go be an extra in it, and I haven't watched it yet, and I was just curious if you had.
Oh, that's cool. No, see, that's the sad part about it. It's like, we're all like, oh yeah, I mean, we're Christians, we know about it, and yeah, so it's on my list because it actually looks cool. I will tell you, The Chosen, I'm going to give him props right now. Whoever wrote it did at least good enough to get my attention and be like, hey, this might have some promise to it. The Chosen. Ironically, have I taken the time to sit down and do it? No, but did I go and watch Dune the other night with my wife? I did. You guys seen the movie Dune? I finally just for the first time saw Dune. It was awesome. I want Dune 2. When are they coming out with Dune 2? Y'all seen that one?
I don't know, but they could have made Dune longer.
Amazing.
It was a good looking video.
Yeah.
Looks like Dune 2 will be 2023.
Oh, okay, cool. A lot of the people in the chat are saying that Chosen was really good. Yeah, it looks really cool. So I mean, I'll take it back. I'm not gonna say like all of them are, but the majority of them are just, it's B-rate movie stuff, and like we shouldn't be doing that. Like my passion about it is that we should be the best, and I'm tired of it. Like tired of the people saying that, well, no, it's okay. Well, it's it's not really about the quality. It's about the message. No, the message. Then why does Scripture say speak with salt? It's like, Vinny, you're salty. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I was called to be that. He says, speak with salt and light. We are the salt of the earth. If the salt loses its flavor, what good is it but to be cast out underfoot and trampled underfoot by men? These are things that we don't think about. But I wish we would do some Dune level stuff. It'll be cool. We could do some Dune level thing. And yeah, when we come out here, and if I'm going to create a Christian-based platform, and it's going to be the best in the world, you're damn straight. You see that ALGOBOX right there? We put everything into it. I put my time, my money, my efforts, my life into making it the best in the world. Best experience for everyone. And you know who I do it for? My Father above. People don't realize that, but at the end of the day, he says, do not work for men, work for him. I don't care what you guys think about it. What my Father thinks about it, though, is, if I created people, if I was God and I created people, and I was like, okay, I'm going to give this person a bit of potential, this person's potential. All these Christians who are like, well, you don't have to try your hard. I mean, God's going to accept you anyways, just the way you are. Folks, if I made a bunch of people and I wanted to see what positions I was going to have them in my kingdom when they returned to me, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, that's the whole reason you're here. You want to be a toilet cleaner when you get to heaven? Oh, that will be a position. You want to be the street cleaner on the streets of gold? Oh, there will be that position. It might be yours. There will be some people, Scripture already says that people who get into the kingdom of God, that they will be in by the skin of their teeth. It says you will come in so close to being in hell, you smell like smoke. Well, folks, person is not going to be at a higher level in heaven. There are layers in heaven. You guys don't believe it? And you're like, well, no, Jesus says he makes mansions for everybody. No, he doesn't. Actually, some of you guys are getting rooms, and some of you are sitting on the grassy knoll. We'll actually learn that if you actually studied your Scripture and knew that the book of Enoch existed. But since you don't, you won't, you don't protect it, you don't fight for it, you're going to be lost. But yes, every Christian should be up in arms about the fact that the book of Enoch was removed, because it literally says, like, even back in the book of Enoch, that it had prophecies literally claim, it literally knew down to what generation Christ would come. And it was so predictively accurate that they shat themselves and they're like, hurry, hide it, quick. It's the same reason that ICT won't say my name now. He's scared to death because he's like, dude, if people just hear my name and know the truth, it's over for him. The best thing you can do when the truth is that powerful is hide it. Hide the truth. Book of Enoch, yeah, it was in the book of, in that movie Noah, and it was an awesome movie and had the Nephilim in it. It had the freaking crazy difficult stuff in the Bible, and Christians didn't want to deal with it. It's crazy. Crazy to me. So, but my point of that is here tonight, we will not bring our shit. Understand? We will bring our best. That's what we do. You know, and people are like, well, you don't necessarily have to. Well, I'm going to bring everybody back to one more little Bible passage that everybody knows about in Genesis, where you got the two sons bringing their offerings, and one of them did not bring their best. One of them brought their best. One of them was shunned. One of them was accepted. Folks, if you think he's going to accept your shit, I'm telling you right now, you might want to go read that again. Your pastor's lying to you if he says, yeah, you'll get in there. But listen, how many of you guys, who would say, like, what's paradise on earth? You guys name some places. What's the best paradise on earth if you had to name it? Maybe a place you've been, maybe a place you want to be. Name a couple of paradises on earth.
Carmel by the Sea.
What's it?
My mom's kitchen. Just kidding.
Me, yeah, well, not mine. My mom couldn't cook for squat. We always give her a hard time about that. But what's like a physical location on the earth that people consider to be paradise?
Considered a paradise?
Yeah.
Bora Bora, Bali.
Ooh, those
Hawaii.
are beautiful places. So let's talk about that. Bora Bora, where's that located?
By the coast of Africa, on the other, it's on the east side. It's a little island by like Tanzania.
Yeah,
Close to there.
Beautiful. So if you have money,
by Tahiti.
yeah. So if you have money and you go there, and you're staying there in this nice little area, and whatnot, you spent some money, you're gonna stay in a real nice place. It's gonna be beautiful, right? Absolutely beautiful. And you can live like a king there for a while, right? Maybe on your vacation. But in that same paradise, you look around, it's amazing, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, and you are partaking in it because you have riches. Ooh, uh-oh. About to bring out the riches thing? Yeah. You got riches, so you get to go there and you get to really partake in it. Okay? But what about the people that live there? So there are a lot of people that live there. Are there, since it's paradise and it's such a rich place, are there no poor people there? Right? It's paradise, so there's no poor people there, correct?
No, most of the people that work at the resorts are working poor. So.
Interesting, isn't it? Folks, Jesus even said it all the time, even in his prayer when his disciples asked him, Lord, how should we pray? And one of the main things he says is, on earth as it is in heaven. Well, Vinny, you're saying that heaven's like earth? I want you to ask how many times in scripture that Jesus said on earth as it is in heaven, and how many times he used parables that talked about heaven is like this, the kingdom of God is like this. And when he gives the descriptions and he tells you, mount up for yourselves treasures in heaven where neither moth nor rust destroy and thieves are not breaking and steal. Why would he tell you to get treasures if everybody was going to be the same and everybody have the equal amounts and everybody have equal property and all that, everybody's going to have the same size mansion? Right? Just think about it for a minute. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure this out, but I will say you're stupid. You don't understand. You could be poor in heaven. Just like the people of Bora Bora, just because you go there and live high on the hog for a while, there are poor people living there. Folks, you could be poor people in heaven. Yes. Now, is it nice? Is it going to be beautiful? Is it going to be amazing? Do you still get to, hey, at least you get to be there? Yeah. I'm just telling you, there will be a difference. It's up to you what you want to be, what you want to do. I'm here to encourage you to strive forward, to do better, to look out for other people instead of just yourself, like KC, who just wants to come out here and bitch at a guy who literally changed his life. Doesn't understand what I, Vinny Emini, have to go through on a regular basis out here with you guys. What I deal with all the time. Not that it's any excuse to give anything. And there are times when I make mistakes, and while I may or may not apologize in public, if I make a mistake, I apologize in private, you see. Very simple. And you people in here can attest to it. So, anyhow, I would suggest that you guys do what, since people like KC over here are going to end with Bible passages, you might want to remember the one that says, judge not that you be not judged, and be careful when you judge, at least be correct and accurate. Because you seem to not be able to overlook the offense that I've put on you. I've offended you, and now you want to come out here and write a half-assed review about me. And what's interesting about this is, like, I mean, the words, this is actually a great review for me, honestly. Like, you cannot complain. Like, I literally make $1,000 a day with this system, and it's the best, unequivocally. What do you say? Unequivocally the best, wherever that was. Hands down, unequivocally the best system. And yet, you give a 3. Again, because it's about the system. And see, here's the thing, is you don't care about me, bro. You don't care about me, you care about yourself. You're a selfish fucking piece of shit. Because this, compared to all the other scammers that are out there, where all of them are getting these little ding, ding, ding. Oh, no. Oh, ICT, him for me. Oh, yes, sir. I paid that. He paid me $12 to do this. Folks, I was approached today by somebody asking me, hey, I can boost your views out here, or your Trustpilot thing. I can go do it for you. I would do it for you. ICT is doing it for himself all the time. It's so easy. It would be so easy for me to cheat this, folks. I can just go out here and do it. But then I let you fucks go out there and write reviews because I actually don't cheat the system, because I don't care about what you guys think. I care about what God thinks. And I know that he's going to go over there and see these false reviews that I had written about myself and whatnot. And I answer to him. I don't answer to you. And by the way, that's why I succeed here on earth, and I will succeed in the kingdom of God. And if you're working for me when I get there, just remember we had this conversation. Okay. I love you guys.